An American dream, almost dashed by the IRS. My name's Darren Mish. I'm a tax attorney based in Tampa, Florida, representing clients all around the United States and all around the globe. Today, I want to tell you the story of Jose. Jose came into my office and he told me the story of how he had immigrated from Venezuela. He had fled persecution and economic circumstances in Venezuela to make a better life for him and his family here in the U.S. Recently, he had gotten a letter from the IRS indicating that his small business was going to be audited. It was very confusing to him, as English is obviously not his native language, and he didn't know what to do. So he did what a lot of people do, and he did nothing. He ignored the audit. And that went on for a while, and he didn't hear anything from the IRS, so he thought it had gone away. And then one day he came home from work, and there was a certified letter from him from the IRS, and inside was some very confusing paperwork, and the IRS was asking for almost $374,000. Now that was a very scary amount to him, and it's quite a large amount for the IRS to be seeking from an audit. And so he knew at that point in time he needed to go out and find some help. He came in, he called the office, he set an appointment, and he came in and we discussed it. I explained to him that letter was called a statutory notice of deficiency, and that he had 90 days to file a tax court petition with the U.S. tax court, where in a sense we were going to be suing the IRS and forcing them to prove that their audit findings were correct. So we filed the tax court petition, and we waited a few months. And during that time frame, he gathered up his documents and his records that he had. And I ultimately had an appointment with somebody in IRS appeals. It's important to know that if in an audit context, if you've never had an opportunity to discuss the case or attempt to negotiate a settlement with the IRS through IRS appeals, and you file a tax court petition, you'll deal with IRS appeals first. And then if you can't get that worked out, then you'll eventually deal with IRS counsel, the IRS lawyer for the case. So we met with IRS appeals and we negotiated a deal. We negotiated the $374,000 down to $143,000 with no penalties. Now, of course, there was interest, because interest cannot be abated by law unless there are certain extraordinary circumstances that we did not have in this case. So although we didn't get it down to zero, which was always the goal, we were able to save him over $210,000, and $143,000 was a lot more manageable result for him, and something that we can tackle together later. If you have IRS problems or know somebody that does, please give us a call at 888-438-6474, or you can visit our website at getirshelp.com.